Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football, the new look Auburn offense. It's going to take the SEC by storm in 2024. And for the Auburn fans who've been rocking with the boys the last couple of weeks and months in the offseason, this has kind of been our biggest talking point in terms of Auburn taking a massive step in the right direction in the 2024 year. You go back to 2023, this Auburn offense was so constricted in terms of what they could do on the offensive side of the football because they just didn't have the personnel to kind of run a full offense. You go back to 2023, specifically working vertically down the field, with all due respect to guys like Jay Fair, that those guys are not injecting fear into opposing defenses in terms of working vertically down the field. You fast forward to 2024, it's a whole new offense. And I use the term new Auburn offense. It's not necessarily from a schematic standpoint, but more importantly, from a personnel standpoint. The diversity of receivers and pass catchers that they have in this Auburn offense in 2024, it's different. And you saw Hugh Freeze absolutely get to work week one against Alabama A&M. And look, I get it's Alabama A&M. Auburn should be putting up a lot of points. But make no mistake about it, in 2023, we never saw this Auburn offense look like it did week one in 2024. And if they can maintain this kind of offense throughout the 2024 season, I really do think this Auburn team is going to be a handful for opposing defenses in the SEC. And I think it starts with the verticality in which this Auburn offense brings in 2024. You look at Alabama A&M, they were probably looking at the tape from Auburn in 2023 because they were not ready for Auburn working vertically like they did on Saturday night. Want to get into a few concepts and a few things that, kind of stood out to me. And again, if Auburn can maintain this kind of offense going forward in 2024, I think you're going to see a brand new Auburn offense in the 2024 year. Fired up to get into it now. Before we do, and as always, to the Auburn fans, I think it was a blast for all of us to watch this offense in on Saturday night because we talked so much about what this Auburn offense is going to look like and how they're going to be able to attack vertically down the field. That's exactly what we saw. So appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to do another breakdown into this Auburn offense after Cal, a little bit better of an opponent, see if they can maintain this kind of play style. Now, you just look at the broad numbers, and we talked about this a lot. Payton Throne in 2023 all year completed 13 passes, 20 plus yards down the field. And his completion percentage was only 28%, 20 plus yards down the field. And again, this Auburn offense had really no ability to push the ball down the field. You go back to about a half of football for Payton Thorne. He completes 3 passes, 20 plus yards down the field, 50% completion percentage when pushing the football 20 plus yards down the field. We never saw this offense look like this in 2023. Now, I think the big talking point here is not only are we pushing the ball vertically down the field and able to hit those explosive plays to guys like Thompson and KeAndre Lambert-Smith and Cam Coleman, but I think more importantly, as the game went on and Alabama A&M kind of realized, hey, Auburn is going to work vertically on our defense, it started opening up everything else within this Auburn offense. One of our biggest problems and frustrations with Auburn in 2023 was there was just no space getting created. When you don't have these wide receivers that can work vertically down the field, safeties are just kind of squeezing in. The middle of the field is all clogged up and constipated, and the run game stinks. It's hard to get a run game going when you can't push the ball vertically down the field. What did we see when Auburn started pushing the ball down the field? A lot more easy access throws to the middle of the field. The run game averaged 9.8 yards per carry against Alabama A&M. So not only are you going to be hitting more explosive plays, but you're going to have a lot more space to operate with some of those higher percentage throws and obviously the run game. Now you get into a little bit of the film here. I mean, Payton Thorne, his average depth of target in that game was 16.7 yards. It was 9 yards in 2023. Now, do I expect it to be 16.7 yards throughout 2024? No, absolutely not. That would be an insane number. But if it can stay around 12 or 13, and this Auburn offense can have a consistent presence working vertically down the field, it's going to help this Auburn offense tremendously. Now, the first play I want to look at right here is one early in the game. They already had 14 points. There's 11 minutes left in the first quarter. Alabama A&M, again, they were probably watching the film from what Auburn was doing in 2023 when they didn't have the verticality in this offense. So what do you see here? You look on the top of your screen, you got Cam Coleman matched up one-on-one with the cornerback. They're walking that safety into the tackle box. This is what teams did against Auburn every single play in 2023 because they knew Auburn couldn't punish them vertically. And so it's really hard to throw the football to a guy like Rivaldo Fairweather. It's really hard to get a run game going when safeties are consistently walking into the box. When Payton Thorne sees this, he said, hey, I actually got a wide receiver that, and one-on-one at the top of the screen, it's barbecue chicken. little, a little double move here. And Cam Coleman just working vertically, easy walking touchdown. I mean, again, you look at this look, Auburn has the ability now to punish teams working vertically when they want to walk this safety into the box. And again, Payton Thorne, I thought, was on the money in terms of pushing the ball down the field. Obviously, this throw not necessarily the hardest throw in the box. Now you take a look at another play right here. It's kind of a sequence of plays, right? This is a little bit further on in the football game, start of the second quarter, where Auburn or Alabama A&M, that is starting to say, oh, we got some difference makers on the outside. We have to start respecting what they can do pushing the ball vertically down the field. You have a lot more access to easy access throws, right? Perry Thompson, really, really big cushion. Payton Thorne can make this throw all day, get the football in space, let Perry Thompson work after the catch. But you look at the very next play here, they're going to be squeezing down. This is the exact play, very next play. Perry Thompson on the top of your screen. Now they're going to try to take away that easy access throw. Perry Thompson, another big body who can work vertically, is going to win vertically. Again, the Auburn offense and their ability to work vertically down the field is going to meaningfully open up the rest of this offense. And then you see kind of throughout the rest of the game, you saw those easy access throws getting created, right? Malcolm Simmons, a guy that was extremely impressive in this football game here. When did we see this much space getting created in the middle of the field? Never for Auburn last year. And again, you kind of go what they're doing, a little cover four shell. Like we are getting crushed vertically down the field. We have to start taking away what they're doing vertically. And so it starts opening up all this easy access throws towards the middle of the field. Malcolm Simmons, really good feel for Malcolm Simmons. You know, this is a true freshman that it wasn't even an early enrollee, just like settling it down in the seam and then obviously getting after it after the catch. What you saw from Auburn here, and again, it's Alabama A&M. I totally understand that. But the schematics of this offense and the difference makers that they brought in, whether it was on the high school recruiting trail, guys like Perry Thompson, Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons, or through the transfer portal, like KeAndre Lambert-Smith, it's so meaningful for this Auburn offense. They were very good on the offensive line, giving the pass protection for Payton Thorne to hold on to the football a little bit longer to work vertically. I think this is huge for this Auburn offense, and a lot of people were, very quick to write off Payton Thorne. As a Michigan fan myself, I have a little bit more experience with Payton Thorne. Like, look, I know Payton Thorne can play football. I know Payton Thorne can be a quarterback that you can win football games with, but we said this when Payton Thorne came to Auburn a year and a half ago. You got to be able to surround him with talent on the outside. Auburn didn't do that in 2023. They have done that in 2024. I expect a really big year from this Auburn offense. And again, you talk about one of my sleeper teams across college football. It is really going to be Auburn. Really, really excited to see if this offense can kind of maintain what they look like against Alabama A&M, because I thought there were some really good things that you liked a lot in this football game. We'll close it out there. Again, appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.